Ah! 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 Hello and welcome to the HONOO Rising in Tokyo. I'm your host, Brick 9mm, and alongside me is the always beautiful,
Are we still doing this joke, Brick? Is this what we're doing?
yes,
Hi everyone,
it's
I'm okay. Go
it's
ahead.
him. Yes, it's him.
It's me. I'm XEMYR IS BACK. I am here again, despite the fact I thought I had escaped this hell.
Yes, he thought he had escaped this hell, but he is here again to see the Rising in Tokyo. Yes, the first stop on the Rising tour, the second HONOO series of events following the action-packed debut. Yes,
And
At
starting
HONOO-
off here,
at HONOO number 2, Danny Thorpe. Danny Thorpe won the HONOO World Heavyweight Championship, and 21 days later, HONOO is back on Twitch.
and we're starting off here with the match between perhaps the most blue man in Ono Pro. Definitely the most blue man in Ono Pro. And one of the more exciting karatekas in Azumi Takahashi.
Yes, he may be blue, but what he is not is green, as you saw right there with that excellent maneuver that he might have invented himself. I didn't know Bluce was an innovator.
I've definitely never seen that series of moves before.
This was so incredible. Azumi just taken aback. You see, both fighters here, both fighters are karatekas, and they know each other well by this point, as HONOO has been running for quite some time. So now you just get to the heart of the matter. Submissions, strikes.
And Bluce seems to be coming out here all cylinders firing with these crazy spinning wheel kicks and that amazing... What was that, like a flipping neck drop he did?
Yeah, Bluce Lee's hungry. He's very hungry for this victory, but Azumi, some of that hunger, Azumi might show some hunger as well, because she is yet to prove herself. Especially how she got sidelined by Ricky Backdrop. Bluce Lee with an impact, flying knee kick to end that first round.
Are we sure that kick wasn't past the bell? That was real close.
Yeah, just barely. Azumi gets up at the 5 count. Azumi with the Wakigatame, but only for a second, but she's fired up. But Bluce!
Oh!
Bluce! Azumi is unfazed. The karateka's ability to take damage is unparalleled.
That's 3 full-on knees to the
But
face.
Azumi! That cross arm breaker. But Bluce says it's over. Azumi's up at the 4 count. But Bluce is relentless.
How many knees to the face can... And another one!
And that is it. This action-packed opener. Bluce Lee, what is he doing? Adding insult to injury.
A very impressive showing, but there was no need for that sort of assault after the match was already over.
Yes, that was uncalled for. Welcome back to the HONOO Rising in Tokyo, as we are set for a Kishin Black Belt first round match. Yes, the Kishin Black Belt, for those of you who are still unaware, is the secondary title introduced, that we just introduced, and it is a grappler's focused title. So, karatekas and wrestlers will go at it to determine who will hold this secondary title, the Kishin Black Belt. It means Fierce God, and it is literally a belt.
Like, not a title belt, just a black belt?
Yes, it is literally a black belt. To differentiate it from other black belts, we'll do something special. I don't know yet.
Well, regardless, we're going to have a really interesting match here, as XEMYR has proven to be one of the most skilled karatekas, and Anton Mikhailov has definitely shown that he can break your arm and leg at any given moment.
Yes, he is an excellent limb worker. Now, this is just the first Kishin Black Belt match of the night, as there will be another one. Mason Markham will take on Ricky Backdrop. In addition, Wild Mike. The first Kishin Black Belt match took place on the last episode of HONOO Afterburn, where Wild Mike was defeated by Azumi, Takahashi, and Anton Mikhailov.
Again, immediately, maybe a minute of work there, and he just showed XEMYR the door.
Yes, Anton Mikhailov. That is his MO. He is the destroyer of limbs, and everything he does is in the name of his glorious, glorious Mother Russia. That was fast, XEMYR, don't you agree?
Yes.
Welcome back to the HONOO Rising in Tokyo, as we prepare to see Lukas von Hahn take on Vanessa Saunders, its hybrid fighter versus kickboxer. Of course, I'm still recovering from that last match. Anton Mikhailov just showing how heartless he is, how nonchalantly and quickly and efficiently he destroys limbs like that.
And, well, that match was certainly a masterclass in room work. This is most likely going to be a longer match with this clash of styles, one striker versus one grappler. And both of these competitors are going to be able to show what they do best here.
Yes.
I would say both Vanessa Saunders and Lukas von Hahn are just like a cut below the top here at HONOO Pro, with like a close to 500 record. A win here could really show that they're making a push to the top.
Now, as I was saying during that last matchup, the Kishin Black Belt tournament has been in progress since Wild Mike lost to Azumi Takahashi on the last episode of HONOO Afterburn. And now, Anton Mikhailov progresses into the second round. Of course, Mason Markham versus Ricky Backdrop will be the second first round matchup here tonight.
And what we've got here is Lukas von Hahn seems to be starting going back and forth with strikes against the... Oh,
What an excellent hold!
Oh my...
What is in the water supply here at HONOO Pro?
I mean, when someone comes up behind you and just locks you in an armbar like that, it's tearing your shoulder out of socket from above and to the right there, and it's just something that you can't cope with.
No, it's something you can't even prepare for. Welcome back to HONOO Rising in Tokyo, and man oh man, I said it at the start of last match, but I will say it again, I am taken aback by these criticals. This excellent skill on display here for HONOO's return to Twitch.
I mean, these competitors have had weeks to study tape and prepare for these matches. It's just one of them gets in a hold that the other one isn't prepared for, and that's it.
Yeah, no one is messing around tonight.
And here we're going to have even less messing around, because this is another match for the Kishin Black Belt title.
Yes,
and
the Kishin Black Belt, that means Fierce God Black Belt. And I hear they call Mason Markham the Fierce God of the buffet.
Now, Mason Markham definitely hasn't had a good go of it so far. He's 0-5 in HONOO competition, and this... I spoke to him earlier, and I think this might be his last great chance to prove himself. He has said that he is going to try everything in his power to win this title, and if he doesn't, he's not sure what's next for him.
That's sad. Mason Markham is my favorite competitor whose gi does not fit here in HONOO Pro Wrestling.
How many of those do we have?
Exactly one. What the?
Oh!
Ricky backdrop! What is he doing? Ricky backdrop!
Oh my...
I'm dumbfounded. This is insane.
That just a brutal throw and just flips the man twice his size out of the ring like it was nothing.
Backdrop has returned from the break. A different man, a more dangerous man. He locks in a skillful hold. Yes, he may have caught our attention with those flashy moves, but he knows how to get down on the mat and get stuff done.
Now, Mason Markham's doing his absolute level best here to stay out of these suplexes, even after those two big hits.
And
Because
backdrop.
Despite the fact
Just
that karatekas are good at taking... Oh!
Backdrop
Again!
does it again. Is that even legal?
I don't think we have any rules against it, Brick. I'm not sure I like it, though.
Yes, this is insane. Did you see him? He was really rattled by that.
I understand karatekas are supposed to take punishment, that is their shtick, but there is no human being alive that can survive being dropped on their head like that multiple times.
Mason Markham's just turning the pressure on. It makes me think that all these hits he's sustaining, like this is his last go. And he knows that if this is to be his final match here in HONOO Pro, he's gotta take all of this damage.
He's fighting back into it with much more finesse than I think we've seen from Mason Markham with these big strikes and a body blow.
And an Uranage! Oh. Markham going up top! Markham! With the soak spot, the butt spot! Backdrop
Markham
was rattled there. He got up at the 5 count, but Backdrop is still in this. Markham might not be. Markham is up at the 5 count, and this is very interesting to me, XEMYR, because what Backdrop is not relenting. See, Mason Markham is trying. He was trying to show it, to show everything he had in his final HONOO matchup, but Backdrop lost to Danny Thorpe, the HONOO World Heavyweight Champion, and he has made his intent clear. He has higher aspirations than the Kishin black belt. He wants the big gold. That was insane, XEMYR.
That was.
Welcome back to the HONOO Rising in Tokyo. After an astounding last few matches, we are here with The Wall Jr. taking on Midnight Jones. I'm Brick 9mm. He is XEMYR. And welcome to Tokyo.
Now, The Wall Jr., he came into HONOO Pro looking like the man to beat. He is a mountain of muscle, and he's agile and powerful. But ever since the middle of the GP, he has started to slide, and now he is just barely keeping his head above water at 4 wins, 4 losses.
Now, Midnight Jones. Midnight Jones is the man to beat, as he started off as an exciting young prospect, but as quickly as he arrived, he turned into a sellout. As you can see at ringside, that's Community Chest. Midnight Jones is in the pocket of that man right there, Mr. Monopoly.
And Fear looks excited about it.
Now, Midnight Jones has already taken out Victor Kai. For Mr. Monopoly, Victor Kai, Mr. Monopoly's greatest obstacle, so anything can happen here, and we still haven't heard back from Victor Kai.
Now, Midnight Jones he's 5-2, and he might be 5-2 regardless. He is a very strong competitor here at HONOO Pro. It's just a shame that he thought he had to go to these lengths to get noticed.
Now, this is an interesting dynamic here because The Wall Jr. is a trained boxer. He was a trained boxer before he got into mixed martial arts. So, he's showing clear consciousness of all of these extra tricks that Midnight Jones can pull on him. Community Chest sounds like they're up to something. Referee better keep her eyes peeled.
Midnight Jones, on the other hand, is a current boxer and seems to have a little bit of a speed advantage here, although this is just turning into a
Speaking of
slugfest.
speed!
Oh! That was a brutal spear, and now he's going...
The Wall Jr.,
Another
Midnight
one.
Jones. Midnight Jones tried to intercept, but it did not work. The Wall is relentless.
The Wall is just... I think the Wall's upset about this whole situation, too. The Wall, he has Team Wall, but he's never been anything but an honest competitor.
The Wall just catching him in spear after spear.
That was just an absolutely brutal display. I feel like Midnight Jones might have a broken rib after that.
And he's tuning up the band! Can he get up from this? Jones is up at the 4 count. But the
Regardless of
Wall
whether-
Jr. He's attempting to ensure Jones never gets up again.
Midnight Jones just has the wherewithal to knock that away, but still, regardless, this is absolutely a destruction of Midnight Jones so far, and unless Midnight Jones can find some way to fight back into it, I don't think it's going to change.
But Midnight Jones is hanging in there admirably. Yes, I hate to admit how talented he is, but I love to admit how much I wish he falls right here. And Midnight Jones, he gets up the 7 count. Jones may have taken 5 spears, but he has that toughness of a boxer, that strength required for you to go 12 rounds, but he cannot prepare for something like that.
The Wall Jr., there was just something that he flipped the switch and he just absolutely destroyed Midnight Jones here. It was impressive to watch.
Yes, the Wall Jr., Midnight Jones may have thought that with Victor Kai out of the way, this was the end of Mr. Monopoly's troubles, but the Wall Jr. is a formidable opponent. It is the Wild Mike. Wild Mike is just laying here on the mat. He's just so dead inside after losing to Azumi Takahashi on that last episode of Afterburn. Just Wild Mike, his soul, he has been crushed. What do you think, XEMYR? Can anything save him?
Do we have any doctors in the back? I think we might need to get some out here.
Depression is not a joke. Whoa! Who's this? Who's this man?
Oh, Judge.
That's Tony Pepperoni! An assassin sent from rival frozen pizza brand, Tony's Pizza. How could this happen? Wild Mike! He's revitalized!
He's here. He cannot let Mr. Tony Pepperoni take his claim to the pizza throne.
Do you see Wild Mike? His chains have been released. His hair has gone white. He has tapped into the hidden power of frozen pizza.
Is this the pizza equivalent of going Super Saiyan?
Yes! He has gone super size!
Whatever it is, it looks like he is totally prepared for everything Tony's doing here.
Yes, his mind is clear and pellucid as a lake as he takes on this assassin. Now, Wild Mike is going to take on Danny Thorpe for the HONOO World Heavyweight Championship in Kyoto. Just 2 weeks, and we thought he would not be able to make it. But here he is. Here, Wild Mike is, revitalized. He is here, and he is here to prove that Thorpe needs to be running scared.
I mean, I don't know anything about this pepperoni man, but I do know that Wild Mike has proven himself a stout competitor, so I'm going to trust that every pizza mascot is trained in mixed martial arts.
Yes, you can see that gear he has. It's very indicative that he is a trained professional, but as with all Tony's pizza products, he's just a little half-baked. Now, of course, neither of these men are sponsored by Prince Pepperoni, official sponsor of HONOO Pro Wrestling. Pizza. Pepperoni's taunting, but Mike's focus is unparalleled. We have never seen a fighter like this in HONOO history. And the shoulder hold! Pepperoni is holding out, but Mike's relentless. XEMYR, have you ever seen something like this before?
This is the first time I have ever seen this, blood feud between pizza spill out into the ring. But Wild Mike is showing that he can... Honestly, if Wild Mike keeps up this level of performance, I haven't seen him make a mistake so far this entire match. If he keeps up this level of performance...
Pepperoni! pepperoni has fallen to Hollywood Wild Mike, the newly revitalized Hollywood Wild Mike. This man is your next HONOO World Heavyweight Champion, because in Kyoto, Thorpe's reign will come to an end. Just look at this man.
You know, I think this was exactly what he needed to get his career back on track.
Welcome back to the HONOO Rising in Tokyo, and we are not sure what we just saw with Wild Mike.
I didn't realize a man could put on that much muscle that quickly.
Yes, Wild Mike. He's clearly taking his training seriously. He knows he has to beat Danny Thorpe. But now, we have a match between two boxers. It is Tyson Apollo and Makenzie O'Rourke. Tyson Apollo, a well-established boxer whose stock is rising fast. And Makenzie O'Rourke. Bit of an uneven record with 2 wins and 3 losses, but she has that potential, that hunger she needs to climb the ranks.
Now, Makenzie's record here at HONOO Pro has definitely been less than stellar, whereas Tyson Apollo is a phenomenal athlete and is obviously one of the top talents here, but Makenzie is a very accomplished boxer, and what she's doing right here is just boxing.
Now, in a night of frequent criticals, this match stands out because on this match would be the critical highlight of every night it would be on, normally. However, who knows? With a night like this, anything can happen. Of course, in any case, this is a pure boxing contest.
And so right here early on, we're just gonna have a great punch there from Tyson Apollo.
Apollo is catching up very fast and taking the lead here. You can really see why he is the top-ranked boxer in HONOO Pro. He is just relentless. Just taunting her. How rude. Entering into an exchange of strikes. And Makenzie with a desperate headbutt that could turn the tide.
I mean, Makenzie's got a reach disadvantage, a height disadvantage. That headbutt there might be just what she needs to start doing an amazing Superman punch there.
Yes, Makenzie O'Rourke is hungry, and it shows as she is trying to get back into this. But Apollo, with a massive headbutt of his own.
Now you see, in traditional boxing rules, those headbutts would be wholly illegal, but in Ono Pro, these are not only allowed, they're encouraged, and they're a great way to turn the tide of a fight.
Speaking of turning the tide, Tyson Apollo with every strike. He just buries Makenzie O'Rourke's attempts at turning the tide even further. This could be the end.
I mean, I have a soft spot for Makenzie O'Rourke here. She has shown that she is capable, but not
capable
here.
of losing to Tyson Apollo. This match, it was just too lopsided. Makenzie O'Rourke has a lot of catching up to do if she hopes to face off against men like Tyson Apollo. Now time for our HONOO Rising in Tokyo main event, as Davey English HONOO GP finalist will take on Nein Stein. Now it's very notable that Davey English is not in the Kishin Black Belt tournament. That's because after all these title challenges against Danny Thorpe, first Wild Mike, then Lukas von Hahn, Davey English is next in line.
So here we've got HONOO GP finalist, a man who's proven that he is one of the competitors in this company, versus a man who believes he is the Ubermensch here, Nein Stein.
It's literally Hitler. And this is also a very odd matchup, as Davey English has 6 wins and only 1 loss, and Nein Stein 2 wins, 1 loss. But Nein Stein has not really gotten a chance to prove himself yet here in HONOO Pro. Of course, maybe that might be because the bookers think his gimmick is a little distasteful. Wouldn't you agree?
Are we sure it's a gimmick?
Well, we here at HONOO have no problems with neo-Nazis, committers of tax fraud, but it's kind of unsettling.
For yourself, I do tend to have problems with neo-Nazis and committers of tax fraud.
Well, committers of tax fraud, I can understand, but neo-Nazis? My best friend's a neo-Nazi. I just ignore all those banners he has hanged up all around of Nazi symbolism. It's just his bands that he listens to. They're just Nazis, but that does not mean he's a Nazi. He's just bald, has a tattoo of a swastika, several, in fact, and so here we have Davey English taking on Nein Stein. XEMYR!
Yes, I'm here. I'm watching this series of takedowns from Davey English.
Yes, this is an incredible class, a master class of takedowns, because Davey English is one of the best at what he does. Of course, Stein, yes, his talent, it's really yet to be proved here, but he is showing. He is showing some serious striking prowess here.
Now that said, if I had to make a prediction right now, I don't think Stein is going to take down Davey English here. English has just shown his ability to fight against too many different competitors.
Yes, Davey English. He can do it all, and he will. Whereas here he is taking that methodical approach against Stein, preferring to work him down with slow burn holds. This is very much unlike Davey English's performances in matches against guys like Richard Richards, where he just pulls out those uranages. Of course, Richard Richards is conspicuously absent tonight. We're hoping he will return in time for the Rising in Nagoya. Or at the very most, the Rising in Kyoto.
I think this change in tactics from Davey English is a testament to his strength as a competitor. He knows that Stein is a little bit of a slower-paced competitor.
But Stein is fast catching up to Davey English. This man, this relatively unknown kickboxer, is getting a chance to step up against a HONOO GP semi-finalist. And now that those holds are done, now that Davey English's holds have just ceased, Stein is catching up. In fact, I would say he has that lead in the bag. As the bell, just saved by the bell there. Who knows what he was about to pull out? It might have been something like this. But Davey English says no. Stein says yes.
There's just... Ooh, a great suplex there, but Stein is up immediately.
It's English needs to do some serious catching up in this third round of a 3-round main event. But Stein is aiming for the kill.
These repeated kicks to the neck and chest are going to definitely wear down Davey English, but it doesn't look like any of them have been knockout blows as of yet.
That might be about to change, as Stein is just manhandling Davey English. English, can he get up? He gets up at the 9 count. This is insane, and he takes Stein down to the mat. Cross arm breaker, but for just a second, Stein has too much momentum built up.
This is just...
Stein is looking to end Davey English, and he just might. English up at the 9 count, the very last second. And this could be a draw. This could be a draw in HONOO Pro. And it is. What do you say, XEMYR? Shall we let the judges decide, or will we be taking this into overtime? It's a main event, so anything goes.
I feel like we should probably take this into overtime.
Yes, because Stein, he had a clear advantage there. But English was just durable to the very end. We are now in overtime. With a bit of a modified rule, this match is at 2 TKOs. Yes, 2 TKO rather than 3. As decided by the judges. Now, English is being more methodical this time. He knows he has to avoid those kicks, but Stein is just so good at what he does that English might not be able to avoid those kicks. And he's just rising, just knee strikes to the head of Davey English.
And now what Davey English is going to need to do is he's been beaten down so far this match. He is going to need to throw in these huge suplexes to have a chance to fight back into it.
Yes. Of course, he is going to be a lot more cautious now after how that last match turned out. The last bit before we went into overtime. He's got to pick his spots just like that. He has to be even more careful because of the reduced TKO rules.
Yeah, the reduced TKO rules are likely going to favor Stein here, as
he is a damage machine. He is just coming out of nowhere and establishing himself as one of the top competitors in HONOO Pro Wrestling. English takes him down to the mat with an armbar, but it was not locked in for long.
Although Stein is proving himself as one of the top competitors here at HONOO Pro.
Just saved by the bell there. That was insane. Another deadly strike rush. That might be the first fall. And if that wasn't, this will be. But no, Davey English. He's had time to recover. That entire first round was just them bracing themselves for the storm that would follow. Of course, the only winds that are blowing seem to be Stein's.
5 rounds into this contest, Davey English finally just cannot take this ceaseless assault.
This is insane. Stein is absolutely a man. A man to be reckoned with. A man we have to keep our eyes on. Thank you for watching the HONOO Rising in Tokyo, the beginning of the Rising Tour. I'm Rick 9mm. He's XEMYR. Thank you and good night.